What is up, everybody? I hope you're all doing well. Today we are checking out the LsL Vital DS. So what is this thing? It's obviously a distortion pedal. It's capable of like super thick, saturated distortion, really smooth, creamy solo sounds, all the way to way more kind of angry rhythm and crunch tones. It's very, very versatile. It's really dynamic, or at least in my opinion, I found it to be very dynamic as far as using maybe a single coil guitar and then using something with humbuckers. It's very dialable in that it does have a 3-band tone stack, treble, mid, and bass. We'll get into that in the demo. Now, LsL Guitars is first and foremost a boutique guitar builder. They build really nice guitars. I've got 3 of them. I've got an XT1 and I've got 2 Satakoys. So this is my first experience with the pedals that they're building. And yeah, this one sounds really good. So let's get right into what's on top of this thing. You've got a gain and volume. That's really obvious. As I mentioned, it has treble, mid, and bass. As far as the tone stack goes, we'll check that out in the demo. It is true bypass. The size of this pedal is maybe just a little bit smaller, so it fits nicely on a pedal board. It's pretty weighty. It feels really substantial, like it's built like a tank. So yeah, without further yammering, let's check out the LsL Vital DS. All right, let's get into some sounds. Here's the guitar into the amp thingy. Got it dialed pretty unadorned so that we can have the LsL Vital DS do all the work. I'm going to start with everything at noon, and then we'll just kind of move from there. Okay, cool. Doing some noodling there, kind of going through a little bit of the EQ, but the main thing I wanted to point out more than anything with this pedal is, yes, it's capable of like big, thick distortion, but it's also really, really dynamic in that the guitar backs off well into high gain. It'll still clean up, but if you want to run the pedal with less gain and then turn up the output, it's actually a really kind of sweet sounding, almost overdrive at that point. So I've given you an idea of the gain range. I think you guys understand that. Let's just focus on this EQ and how it sounds. I'm going to put everything back to noon, and we'll just sweep each control. So we'll start with treble. Wow, that's scratchy. Oh well. The treble's got a really nice range to it, I think, in my humble opinion. When you do sweep it all the way to the right to its highest setting, it does get kind of punchy in those upper mids, which actually sounds great to me, but it also can get really dark. So I would think like a fusion player would probably dig the kind of darker tone. Pretty versatile from that standpoint. I mean, that's a really smooth, almost kind of violin-y. I mean, I didn't try and dial it in perfectly, but you get the idea. But then on the other side, it stays really clear and articulate for high gain, especially rhythm stuff. I mean, I liked it around right there for all the rhythm stuff, and maybe backed it off just a little bit for solos, but I was able to bring in some highs from the mid control. And speaking of, let's check that out. So that range is pretty broad as well. When you turn it all the way up, it does kind of do almost what an amp would do, in that it does create just a little bit more gain. All the way up, it does bring in some more tops, especially as you get maybe to here. You start hearing a little bit more top end, which is what I was alluding to kind of for the solo thing. For the rhythm passes that I had going, I was keeping the mids about here. But for solos, I went the other way, so they would just kind of cut better in the mix. And it did bring in some top end as well. So that's the mid control. Let's go to the bass. I'll go ahead and sweep that. It's already getting pretty big. It's like a 4x12 100 hertz thing. Okay, so cool. That is the LsL Vital DS. Please let me know what you guys think of this pedal in the comments below. If you've got any further questions about it, definitely go to the LsL website and check it out there. And as always, I really appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you next time.